I'm excited. This game is good. This game is good. And welcome all to the Viking Coliseum. We need to turn up the audio. Holy shit. There. Bum 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 bum. Okay, let's check out what mission we didn't do. No, we did do. I mean, we didn't do the main quest. We didn't do the main quest, Vikings, but we did. I don't know. Solution. Space crime. Yeah, we did this one. I think we did this one. Oh. Yeah, Vikings, hold on. I just need to help my kid. Yeah, sorry, Vikings. Just my kid. Just my kid needing me. So here we are. Yeah, I think it was this one, but I have a feeling. What the fuck was that? I have a feeling we did this yesterday. I don't remember what quest we did, Vikings. But we put on some new armor on her. We upgraded some of that shit. Yeah, we're level 17. Hell yeah, welcome. Let's get it. What do we continue with? Return to Sanja. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna return to him. And we're gonna make the woman the leader. Because he was shit. And that's also according to the higher-ups. He was just shit. Cascadia, Stella Bay, wasn't it? Fallbrook. Hold on. I think it was Stella Bay. But, yeah, I think it was. Hey, everyone. I appreciate you being here.
Stellar Bay, Captain.
Amazing to see you. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you for being here. Morty! Rick and Morty. What? Yes. So we're going down there. Morty. Demarche.
I'll lock up behind you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So... Well, we don't need him. Her. And... What about her? Ellie? You know what? Let's do it. Let's do that. Those two. Da 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 da. She got that. Okay. 2 to 5. Oh shit, yeah. Okay. Like, how good is she equipped time? What about that ability? Melee damage, companion ability damage. Hell yeah. And then we'll just see. You know, she doesn't have any armor, but she gotta build herself towards that, I would say, huh? Hell yeah. Without a doubt. Give her one of the best armors in the game. If she sucks. There we are. And yeah, I love the game. It's freaking good.
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? I keep wondering if it's come in.
Well, Nell's getting the poster. She offered Velma more.
That don't seem fair. I was the one who asked for it in the first place. You think maybe you could talk to Velma, see if she won't change her mind?
I don't know. Like, I can see. Okay, I'll see what I can do. Here we are, huh? Trying to help them. And they're not happy. Not happy. Come on. Well, that's Celia. Yeah. What? No, it wasn't Celia. Was it? It was Zoe. Whatever.
A fine day for business, isn't it? Anyway, what can I do for you?
Well, I found the cartridge.
Oh, yes. I'm going to be up all night with this. All those blanks waiting to be filled, boxes waiting to be ticked.
Try to control yourself, sir.
Have you any idea how powerful this is? Corporations have been toppled with less.
Okay. Well. Yeah, how exactly is the data cartridge going to help?
What a question! Bureaucratic micromanagement is the only way anything gets done in Halcyon. And proper documentation is a key part of that. For our part, a bill of liquidation/transfer Form 52 will protect our holdings on Monarch by temporarily assigning them to a pass-through entity once we drop our bomb on the board.
Holy shit! Okay. So you do want to go against the board? Don't be ridiculous.
What Mr. Nandi means is that we have some rather momentous information to deliver to the board. Or we will, with your help.
Well, this better be good.
I have reason to believe that one of the other corporations is operating on Monarch, illegally and in secret.
Really? Most of the time they do illegal stuff out in the open. Cheaper that way.
If we can find proof, I can use that as leverage to encourage certain powers that be to accept our Bolt 52 and reinstate us on the board.
Yeah. Well, you sly dog.
You really think so?
Don't encourage him.
I admit I've been hatching this scheme for quite some time. I just needed someone capable to help me carry it out.
Okay.
If someone is operating here, then Catherine's almost certainly supplying them out of Fallbrook. Perhaps she could be convinced to tell you where they are.
Okay. Well, sounds like you know her well enough yourself.
That's part of the problem. She has certain ambitions for Stellar Bay, and I fear my asking her would give her the leverage she's been looking for.
Don't get yourself worked up, sir. It's perfectly natural to have a healthy fear of her.
We really don't need to discuss this now, Celia.
Well, so go to Fallbrook and get the location of an illegal corporate facility, then?
Once you, subtly work out where this corporate facility might be, bring back proof of its operation. Maybe some nice letterhead. Or someone working there. That would do it.
Okay. Well, infiltrate the secret corporate base and kidnap the staff? Nah, I'm on it.
I knew you were the right person for the job. I suppose I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, but also, I found your review on a terminal in the arms building.
You weren't supposed to look. I asked you to delete it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you sent me into Raptidon infested mess to clean up after you.
I didn't mean for any harm to come to you.
Nah.
This has been my albatross. The great shame of my career. I give MSI everything. My work, my youth, my left kidney, and for years, I was a joke to them.
Okay. Okay, your left kidney?
One of the executives required a transplant.
Holy shit!
He's lucky they didn't want a liver or a heart.
I thought volunteering to donate might improve my prospects.
He's going all in? Well, you're insane.
No, I am a company man.
Well, who cares what they think? You're in charge now.
In charge of a scrap heap of a city. Abandoned by the board and surviving only through the hypocrisy of our trading partners.
Okay. Well, you made it work. That's more than anyone can say for those executives.
I hadn't thought of it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But perhaps there's something to that.
Oh,
Thank you for that.
it is.
Was there something else?
Well, I have a question about MSI and the good old days.
Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes.
Well, how did MSI get kicked off the board in the first place?
I've asked myself the same thing many times.
Oh, he doesn't
Especially
know.
seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws.
Why? Do you mean that you initiated your own removal from the board?
Not intentionally, though that's technically true. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. But back then, it was known as Terra 1.
That guy, huh? Okay. Well, what happened to the other corporations?
As you may have noticed, this planet has more than its share of hazards. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out.
Well, that seems wise. Nah, you know, no guts, no glory.
That's also what I thought. Oh, we were young and bold then. Not unlike yourself. We saw the chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up.
Well, how forward-thinking of you.
It's humane, but it's also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of the data bears that out.
I hope you'd treat them nice, whether it was good business or not, Mr. Sanjar. That's what being a community means. Treating people right, because it's the right thing to do.
Like that's what you saw in Edgewater? Come on. People look out for themselves.
Yes.
A noble
yes,
thought, Miss
they
Holcomb.
do.
Unfortunately, noble thoughts rarely sway board policy. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms.
Well, who's this us and we you keep talking about?
Oh, well, there were surely other junior executives with more open minds, though none of them had the temperament to handle the paperwork.
I take it your leadership didn't embrace your ideas?
No, they laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2, along with everyone else.
I mean, yet, here you are.
Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI.
Must have pissed off some real big suits to get stuck with that.
On the contrary, I wrote lots of very important reports on behalf of top MSI officials before I was able to achieve this position. I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages.
I mean, that's low even for them.
I don't think I realized how far they'd stoop.
No.
Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws. I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently.
Okay, yeah, I think we were wrong about him. Well, why exactly do you want back on the board?
Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
If you can't beat him, might as well join him and reach into their pockets.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community. And being cut off means slow strangulation.
Okay. Well, they treated you pretty roughly. Is it worth going back to that?
I'm not a man to put pride before progress.
No.
If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship.
Okay. So, you mean the corporate data you sent me after?
Indeed. I've discovered it's much easier to negotiate from a position of power. And I don't mean to leave MSI or its people at a disadvantage. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations.
I mean, what's the hazard clause?
It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous.
But wait, what happens to the folks stuck on the wrong side of dangerous?
I'm afraid the welfare of a few hundred people is too minor a figure into the board's risk assessments.
Well, they invoked it on Monarch?
Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Rather hard to run a business that way.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't seem to think much of Graham.
He and his followers call themselves the Iconoclasts. Lawless anarchists, all of them. If anyone on Monarch deserves the reputation the board's pinned on us, it's them.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe you should give them a chance.
A chance? They've been doing this for years. And well, let's just say I know enough about Graham to be confident that he won't change. It isn't just that they drain our people and resources. Every radical act they commit cements Halcyon's image of us all as destructive rebels and pushes us further from the rest of the colony. He's lucky the board doesn't take him seriously enough to keep more than a few UDL gunships patrolling Monarch.
An Earth Directorate assault cruiser would change his tune. It's almost a shame we haven't seen one around Monarch in a long while.
Well, I want to talk about something else.
What can I do for you?
You have to go. Okay, what about her? So, I thought maybe we were that lucky that we could, talk to... Not talk to, but make someone else a leader, you know? Is it worth it to buy Hogwarts Legacy? Hogwarts Legacy? Yeah, Hogwarts Legacy is good. This is a really good game. It is. And this is Outer Worlds.
Dr. Finhill. I notice your pistol's been making a funny noise.
What are you talking about? I oil it every night.
Well, look here. Your slide's not recoiling fully? You might be due for a new spring. I could take a look, maybe fix it for you.
Sure. I'm short on bits at the moment, but I'll pay you back.
Oh, no. I mean, it don't cost nothing. I got a spare spring in my pocket here, even.
Everything's got a price.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Fuck! Look at this! A lot to do. Damn. Okay. Well, let's start there. Family matter. Return to Agnes. Ah! Yeah, she wasn't happy.
Oh, Captain, you did it! My little boy is back, safe and sound. Tell the Captain how grateful we are, Tuk Tuk.
Mama, I told you that I'm not staying. I just came back to talk to you about why I left. Then I'm going back to Amber Heights.
Oh, we'll get that silliness sorted out. You're safe here with me, and that's how it's going to stay. Isn't that right?
Well, your son is a grown man. It's time you started treating him like one.
What a sour thing to say. My little boy will always need me. I'm his mama, you know.
Mama, what I need is for you to listen to what I want for once. But that's between us. Now you promised the captain a reward, so settle up. Then you and me are gonna have a long talk.
Here, kind stranger. This is every bit I've scrimped and scraped for years to save. But it's more than worth it to have my tuk-tuk home safe again.
Okay, good luck to you both. Wow. Okay.
Don't worry about me, Captain. Mama and I'll work this out.
Hell yeah, you will. Hell yeah, without a doubt. Radio-free monarch. What? Yeah, do we have the pills? I don't think so. Convince Velma to negotiate. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, Herrick's handiwork. Let's go in there. Kev! Hey. Welcome. Stash. Yeah, we're going up.
Nice.
What? Stash. Oh, there it is. Yeah, we need 50. Yeah, let's wait without then. Passion pills. Dispensary serves and she has reached her months. Oh yeah. Okay. That's right. The pills. The pills indeed. Matthias!
You take real good care of your pistol, Dr. Fenton.
Kevin Gray, welcome.
I oughta. It's kept me alive this long.
I mean, you treat it nice. Makes me happy to see, because I feel the same way about my wrench.
Look, it's a tool that does a job. Feelings got nothing to do with it.
He's always cranky.
No, I mean, more than usual.
Wouldn't know. I made it a point to stay out of her way.
Okay. I don't know who they're talking about, but hey. Well, no, Abigail. I'm going up. She is one horny son of a bitch. Got it. We got it. Shit, yeah. Okay, now we can talk to her, huh?
Come to share a secret with Auntie Abigail?
Auntie Abigail? Yeah. Okay, sweet. But I think I want to wait. Grim tomorrow? Okay. Left field tossball betting? Yeah, let's do that. Nell. Okay. A man's been killed in a Stella Bay apartment. It falls to you to figure out what happened to him. Yeah, this is where it started, I guess.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial Age Mammoths.
Yeah. I'm not here to chat about teams.
That's a shame. Tossball's just about the only good news we get around here. When our frequency's not too clogged up anyway. So, what can I do for you?
Well, I found this betting slip in a dead man's apartment. Any idea what might have happened to him?
Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth.
Okay. Well, what does his teeth have to do with anything?
They were pretty distinct.
Okay.
Monarch doesn't exactly have a thriving dental industry, and Isaac seemed to get stuck in all sorts of bad habits, dietary and otherwise.
Okay.
Sometimes he'd drink purpleberry punch by the liter. Other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. Started owing the wrong people money.
So who did he owe?
I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
Oh, it's on. Oh, well, we're gonna do something. We're gonna do something indeed. But also... one other thing. We forgot something.
Here to catch a game? I'm afraid the transmission's still pretty bad. What can I do for you?
Velma tells me you outbid Grimm for a signed Tospel poster.
Signed by the Black Hole himself. There's no way I could pass that up. Why, did you want to see it? I don't have it yet. I'm waiting on a few customers to pay up before I can give Velma the bits.
Well, I think it's really brave of you to outbid Sancho's best friend.
You mean dopey landing pad Grimm? I didn't know he and Mr. Nandi were friends. I guess that changes things.
Okay.
Fine. Tell Velma that I don't want the poster anymore. I'll find something else to hang in my shop.
You said you were having trouble receiving the Tospel game transmissions.
Graham's always filling the airwaves with this propaganda. Like it's done him any good. All it means is the tossball games get to us in...
Hold on. I think...
Here to catch a game? What can I...
yeah, if we do this... and then... well, that's all for now.
Here to catch a game? I'm afraid the transmission's still
because
pretty bad.
she...
what can I do for you?
seems more awesome than Grimm. You also said you were having trouble receiving the Tospel game transmissions.
Graham's always filling the airwaves with this propaganda. Like it's done him any good.
Mm-hmm.
All it means is the tossball games get to us in fragments. Makes them real hard to watch.
Oh yeah, okay. I thought maybe there was something we could do. But okay, I guess not. What the fuck? Yada. Okay.
Smells like wrapped in here.
Oh, it does work. I bought some.
Sounds like a rat. Smells like rat. What did it say? Grim tomorrow. Yeah. Convince Velma to negotiate. Velma. Ballad manages the warehouse. Caleb's leaving off a stash of bits. Okay. I mean, fuck. Should we try? I mean, we could, but fuck. Yeah, is that problem? None of them want to give up. Okay, let's try her again, huh? But there was also another secret people. Do you want to know what happened to him? Oh yeah, Braxton. Oh yeah, that's true. Fucking Braxton. Yeah, he got eaten. By humans. Mm-hmm.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
Well, I've got some bad news about Braxton.
That he's got his load on and I'm stuck covering his shift?
Well, he was killed by cannibals out in the ruins.
That's... Wow. I sure feel like an ass now.
Oh, you better. Yeah, it's a rotten way to go.
Yeah, I wouldn't wish that on Catherine herself. Still, it's good to know what happened to him. And that I ought to start looking for a replacement.
Mm-hmm.
Something else on your mind?
Can we come to arrangement on Grim's poster?
Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's
No.
offering.
Well, help me out here. I found Braxton, didn't I?
Fair enough. The damn thing's been a headache anyway. Take the poster then.
Look at that.
And if I never hear another word about it, it'll be too soon.
Okay, talk to you later. Simony! That's how we roll. Yada. Okay. Hack. Elite troop bomber. What the fuck? That is down. Okay. There. Now that's 50. But 45 on that, right? Elite troop bomber. Yeah. 45. Yeah. Do we have any, like, dialogue? Tactical. Damage when alone in a party. Walk speed, sprint speed. Companion critical chance. I mean, companion critical chance. Vendor buying prices. Okay. Compatibility for each of your kills. Ooh. The companion. Okay. Okay. So carrying capacity from companions. Mm-hmm. Fuck, I didn't think this would be this hard, huh? Movement speed, health, restore and kill. Then the prices, dialogue skill. Yeah, let's just do that. Mm-hmm. Kill you. Yeah. Welcome. Okay. Eric's handiwork. Yeah. I mean, if we can find Grim tomorrow. What was that? Okay. Yeah. There we are. Still living the poster. Roland, welcome. Much love to you too. Amazing to see you. Welcome. Welcome. Da da dee da. Welcome. Da, da. Well, now he gets
Have you had
what he
time to
wants.
check on that poster yet? I keep wondering if it's come in.
What? He keeps wondering if it's come in? Yeah, here it is.
Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature. I can't thank you enough. Still, you can have the bits I was going to spend at the bar this week. And you know what? Take my old tossball blocker, too. Never get the chance to use it these days.
That was, we got what? 625? Like, that was a lot to do just for that shit, huh?